Okay, so like I say, I haven't made any great efforts on this chart yet, but you can see, and I even have here a keyboard up here for the fun of it. When we talk about E minor, we're talking about 3 5 7. In the second inversion, it would be 7 3 5 right there. That's why I put the keyboard up there, so we can talk about inversions and the modals. And like I say, I've said this in the past with the modals. If I get into them, sometimes we get into trouble. So this is modal pattern movement. Fourths move up, fifths moves down. And in this particular case, we're looking at moving things up and down with the bottom string as our base. Okay, so let's draw a string right here. Let's draw our bottom string, and then let's also actually we also probably want to draw our fret nut, but it's understood where that fret nut is. I'll draw that fret nut in anyway. So here it is. Fret nut, bottom string. Okay. Now we can start at C. We're going to be right here. When we move this is about what happens. We know what happens with the pattern. When we move the pattern up, the string shapes go down, so that's a fifth. When we move the pattern down, the string shape goes up, so that's a fifth rather. When we move the pattern up, the string shapes go down. So let's say we're on this. Remember, the bottom string and the top string are the same. All right, in your normal warped fretboard. We move the pattern up, we're going down to the fourth. The fourth of C is the augmented fourth of E. Just look at it as a fourth. It's certainly not a fifth. A third is very close to a fourth. It's closer to a fourth than a fifth is to a fourth, which is a whole step away. So just to make the patterns work, with the circle of fifths and fourths there, string shape fourths that we talked about earlier in the lesson today. So it's got to fit like that. Now, what happens to the modals is what this particular chart is all about, and I really haven't done my homework on it. Certainly, I want to show you something. If we're on the C shape here, so say this is your fret nut right here, which is this is the E, which is the third of C. Okay, so this is 3 4 5 string shape down here. Now, if we move this down, I'm just going to do it down because it makes it easier on the chart here instead of starting here and going up. We move it down, we've gone to a string shape fifth of that C, right? So here's your C string shape, we've gone to the G string shape, but I want to show you going to the right on the keyboard is also the G string shape, and there it is. So this right here, this 6 7 root right there, I'll put it on top of the line, is the same as going to the right over to here. And remember, this is a string, so it has to go through the numbers. You have to kind of look around it when you're here looking down on a string at a note map. You see underneath that string very easily. So that's where it is. It is to the right of there. Okay, so anything that you've got over here on the C string shape, for instance, the D minor, you got 6, 2, and 4 in a C-shaped D minor. Okay, so I'll show you right there. There's the D-shaped D minor right there. Don't worry about where the string is right now. So here's your regular C. It's not in a circle form. It's just in a banner form like that. C, D minor, E minor shaped D minor, and all that stuff. So here's our C once again. Here's our D-shaped D minor. When we go to to move the pattern down one, we're going to the fifth of that C to the G shape. Okay, let's see what happens to those same three notes. Remember, they're going to hit the tuning warp different, so let's look at it. We're over here now in the G shape. Where is our 6, our 2, and our 4 gone? Here's the 6, here's the 2, and the 4. It's gone to an A minor shape. Okay, so here's our G. Now I'm going to just go, don't worry about where the string is right now. Here you can see how that D minor has gone to an E minor shape, and A is the 4th of D. Oh, the 5th of D, sorry, my bad. Because we've gone up one string. Okay, so remember, move the pattern down. We're over here. Move the pattern down. You're going up one string. Essentially, go over here. To the right is in fifths. And this is all the opposite. Move the pattern the other way. We go the other way in fourths, and it's going to be going to the left. I'll show you that if we get to it, if I remember. So here it is. So that same 6, 2, 4 here, don't worry about the 4 is blackened. It just means that's for pentatonic. If we're doing pentatonic, you know, we don't want to hit the 4 and the 7, but it's still there so we can use it for diatonic. You know, diatonic, pentatonic. Okay, and then tritonic. Okay, so we can see that the D minor has gone to its 5th, not its 4th, its 5th. So it's moved up, actually moved down one. The 6, 2, 4 has moved down one essentially because we moved the pattern down. But when we move the pattern down, the bottom string goes up one, and when we go up one, we're going a 5th. So G is the 5th of C. You see what's happened here? And the D minor string shape has gone to its 5th. So that's very significant. I wouldn't think that if I didn't have the diagram to show us how to do that. Now when we go to when we move the pattern down again, and remember we're moving it down because we don't have anything to move it up to. So we're just going to move it down right at this exercise here. We're moving it down. Now we go from the 5th of G is the D shape. Now to the right, we're going to find that D shape. What happened to that D minor? Well, I can tell you right now without even looking at the chart. When you have a D-shaped root, you're going to follow a pentatonic scale. The next one up is an E-shaped. It's going to go to an E minor shaped D minor. Let's look for that. Here's our 6, 2, and our 4. The 4 is still blackened right there. And it goes indeed to the 5th of this A minor shape. So the 5th of A is E. And there it is, a D minor, E minor shaped D minor. Okay, the wife's home, but she's a happy camper. You know, so like I say, this is easy and this is fun. So we're going to go to the 5th again. We'll move the chart down again. We're going to have the 5th of D is A here, and we'll go over to the right. And the reason why that is, and of course this is going to be where the fretnut is. So this is this A shape, which is where the fretnut, finger bar, I could still play this. But, you know, if I had the finger bar, if I wanted to play an A-shaped root, it'd be 5 root 3 right there. That's just taking the real deal A, which is second inversion, and just going up, up, up. So it's going, I'm going to go, okay? It's like one of them Scott Joplin things, you know. And then that, I can't get this one. Okay? Okay, that was like a Scott Joplin thing. Anyway, so